What's good, YouTube? Experience here, bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This one's against my friend Louf. He's in my stream all the time. He's a mod. He's also in a friend of mine's stream, Slick Scizor. We had a couple battles. I lost some, he lost some, but this is definitely my favorite battle between us. This was one of our first battles. I decided I was going to bring a gimmick team, aka the Little Cup team. You can see right there. And then Louf brought a full OU team, and Gardevoir, and Chandelure. So, let's begin. Alright, so, I'm really working on my commentary. I'm sorry if it's horrible, but as I keep recording, it'll go on more and more. So, I lead off with Volibile, and he leads off with Chandelure. I decide I'm going to go for the knockoff, but he doesn't want to get knocked off on the Chandelure, so he sends out his Goodra. Now, his Goodra is like gooey assault vest set, and my Volibile is a Little Cup, basically the usual Little Cup sets. So I knock off his assault vest, and his Goodra is basically not as bulky anymore. So now I switch into my Axew, and he switches. And he goes for the Thunderbolt. So I know he's going to switch right here. And I go for the Dragon Dance, thinking I'd be able to outspeed whatever he switches into. But little do I know is that his Gardevoir is Scarfed. I've never seen a Scarf Gardevoir before, so I'm not really used to that. So his Gardevoir being Scarfed really caught me off guard. Otherwise, I would have predicted that and went for like the Poison Jab, because I knew he was going to switch into Gardevoir because it's only Fairy. So my Axew dies to a Moonblast. Okay. So after the Axew dies to the Moonblast, I go ahead and I send out aka Feral Seed. Feral Seed completely walls this Gardevoir because it's Scarfed. It can't touch my Feral Seed. He sends out Goodra, who has a Fire move, and I go for the Leech Seed. So I go ahead and get my Leech Seed. He switches into his. He's going to go for a Fire Blast here. After I recover some, useless HP. It basically just drains the Goodras. Okay, so I go for the Protect. Thinking I switched out. I thought I switched out. So I go for the Protect. He goes for the Fire Blast. I think that was just so I can stall out some more HP. This battle was a couple days ago, so I'm not on top of things. So I switch out right here, and I go into my Totodile. Totodile is an absolute savage. Alright, so Totodile is going to completely take this Dragon Pulse. Get some HP back from that Leech Seed. And now, Goodra outsped Totodile. That Goodra outsped Totodile. Totodile's like, aww, and faints. So I go back into Mianfu. Now he switches out, and I'm gonna go for the Fake Out here. Little do I know is Chandelure, yada yada yada, Fake Out. Alright, so he goes with a Flamethrower. He thinks he's gonna kill my Mianfu, but Mianfu is an absolute monster. And I switch out, and I get that knockoff, knocking off that Choice Scarf. So he has two Scarf Pokemon, and his Chandelure still outspeeds my Mianfu. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So, now that Mianfu's dead, I have to send in Volibile. Now his Chandelure cannot beat my Volibile, so he just goes for the Memento. Now if he saved his Chandelure later on, he would have won this battle. You'll see in the future. But my Volibile is completely like weak to everything, but I was just going to go for the Toxic. Alright, so he sends in Scizor. I decide I'm going to go for the Foul Play. Or I'm going to switch out. I think I go for I switch out. Wow, I really need to watch videos before I record. So I go into Feral Seed because it walls the Scizor. Alright. So Scizor comes in and it goes for the U-turn. Now U-turn is Scizor's most damaging move to me, and it doesn't do that much. I take this opportunity to start setting up curses. No, I go for the Leech Seed again because he sends in Goodra. As soon as the Gudra's out, that's when things go bad for him. Oh wait, no, I just switch out. I just hard switch this time. All right, so I go into Volibye. He Dragon Pulses me, and Volibye, being an absolute savage, eats this up. So he goes for Thunderbolt, and Volibye, being an absolute savage, eats this up. Alright, so I go for the foul play. It doesn't kill this Gudra. Oh, yeah, it doesn't kill the Gudra. But it puts Gudra in death range for my Pokemon later. Alright. Your opponent's weak. Get him, nah. So I send him my Tortuga, and he goes for the Thunderbolt. So I want to go down to my sturdy. So here's my Tortuga from the same battle with Eddie earlier. He gets his weakness policy boost now, because if my weakness policy Tortuga happened to have weakness policy in the last battle video I uploaded, I would have won that battle. But so Tortuga with the weakness policy, and then the Shell Smash brings him up to +4. So this Gudra is dead. Water Pulse. Alright. So after his Gudra comes out, he sends in his Scizor. And I'm just going to stay in because I'm a turtle. What can I do? I have 1 HP. So I expect the Bullet Punch, but he withdraws his Scizor. He thought I was going to switch to try to preserve the Tortuga, but Tortuga's completely useless without its sturdy intact. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power. Now, I thought that the Scizor went for a Swords Dance, so I went for Earth Power on that. If I had known that the Gardevoir was coming in, I would have gone for Ancient Power or Water Pulse for stat boost. So Tortuga dies, because that thing is Scarfed. So I go ahead and send out my Pharaoh Seed again, and he goes for the Shadow Ball, thinking it's going to do a lot. But Pharaoh Seed is eating that up. I go for the Leech Seed. And, you know, just getting that HP. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alright. So, after this, he withdraws, and I go for a Curse. I think it's time to start setting up. So I go for the Curse. Pharaoh Seed. Gaining them defenses and that attack boost. Alright. So this is the beginning of his downfall. He decides he's going to keep Dragon Dancing while I keep cursing. So, curse, 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 Dragon Dance, Dragon Dance. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Alright. So, by the time my Pharaoh Seed is... Oh. Alright. Dragon Claw. Alright. So I go for another curse. Yada yada yada. He goes for the Extreme Speed. Now Extreme Speed is not touching me. Alright. Now I go for the curse right here. Again. And at this time I'm like +5. So there's no chance of him hurting me at all. And plus I'm getting back all the HP he does from that Extreme Speed. So there's no way that Dragonite is touching right now. He decides that he's going to go into Gardevoir. Now Gardevoir still can't touch Gnaw. So, yeah. I go for Curse again, and at this time, I'm around +6. If not, then I'm +5 right now. So, he goes for the Psychic, thinking to do a lot, but it's resisted, so I'm eating it up. He didn't even get that special defense drop. If he got that special defense drop, then maybe he would have been able to do something. But I'm just going to Lead Seed stall this Gardevoir. That's what Pharaoh Seed does best. You know, Lead Seed stall. Alright, so he withdraws Gardevoir again. I don't know why he was trying to preserve it. It wasn't doing anything. And he sends in Gyarados. Now that Gyarados can't touch me. I ain't afraid of that Gyarados. Hello? I go for the Curse, and I go to +6. Now I'm at +6. And so he goes for the Dragon Dance. He gains his speed up while my speed's dropping, knowing my Pharaoh Seed runs Gyro Ball Curse. So I go for the Leech Seed right here. Try to get some excess HP off of him. And because he's going to go for another Dragon Dance here, as you can see in a couple seconds. So, no, he goes for an Earthquake. And I think he gets a crit here. That crit meant everything. That crit was disastrous. Yeah. So, I go for the curse. I don't know what I'm at right now. Maybe +6? I can't remember. I haven't been keeping track. All you know is that this Pharaoh Sword is... This Pharaoh Seed is bulky as shit. Alright, so I go for the Protect here. Get some more HP in case he, decides that he's going to kill me with an Earthquake, which he doesn't. Thank God. So that leftover is Gyarados, which completely threw me off guard because I never see leftovers Gyarados. Alright. So, nah, putting in work. Now I eat this Earthquake up. And now I Gyro Ball, and that Gyarados is fini. No, it dies the Leech Seed. It dies the Leech Seed. Yeah. That Leech Seed though. Alright, so here he goes with a Shadow Ball. And I'm eating it up, as usual. And I go for the Leech Seed, and he avoids the attack. Shadow Ball again. And at this point, I'm at 7 HP. That's when things got disastrous. If he had avoided that again, I would have lost right there. So, I get my HP back. And his Gardevoir dies. And this is the beginning of the end. This is where he just completely decides he's going to try to stall me out. But he can't. So, he sent in Scizor. I go for the Leech Seed. He U-turns. Look how much that does. It does 13 damage. But he's getting that Iron Barbs damage. So he switches in. Now, Leech Seed was recovering, I think, a little bit more than 13 HP from this Dragonite every single time. So he couldn't really do anything. He was just switching and switching and switching and switching and switching, trying to find a way to win. So yeah, it recovers way more than 13. So there was no way he was winning without another crit. So he goes for the U-turn again as I go for a Protect. So he goes for the U-turn. It brings me down to 12. And he switches out again, and I go for another Leech Seed. Alright, so at this point, his Dragonite's just dying to Leech Seed damage, and he avoids the freaking Leech Seed, and he gets the Dragon Claw. He thinks he won right here, but nope, Pharaoh Seed is a monster. So I get my Leech Seed, and boom, 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 boom. Alright, so Leech Seed, yummy, 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 brings Pharaoh Seed back out of U-turn death range. Alright, so he goes for the switch again, and I go for the nice and powerful Leech Seed. So yeah, this Scizor is completely just killing itself. So if I'm not able to kill it with Gyro Ball because he switches out, I'm killing it with Leech Seed and Iron Barb damage. So I'm back up to 47 HP, and I decided to Protect just to mess with him and recover more HP. That Protect was completely unnecessary, but it brought but in case he crit, I would have lived now. Alright. So he doesn't get the crit, and he takes more damage. So I start decided I'm gonna start going for the Gyro Balls. So this Dragonite just got hit with all of that. Boom. I think that would have just I think that would have killed the Dragonite even with the multi-skill up. Pharaoh Seed is an absolute monster. Alright, so at this point in the Skype call, Louf is screaming Pharaoh Seed for Ubers, Pharaoh Seed for Ubers, because it does nothing. You can't touch this Pharaoh Seed. Alright, so I go for the nice and powerful Gyro Ball, and the Scizor is dead. Now, I'm telling him now that if he had Bug Bite on his Scizor instead of U-Turn, he would have won. Because it does more than 13. So, yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.